Good morning, Akikon. How are you on this fine, beautiful morning?
Yumi's voice, always several decibels higher than it should be, bored through my skull like it is a drill. The split second I left my house to go to school, there was Megumi, waiting on my doorstep like an abandoned puppy. As considerate as it is for Megumi to wait for me, I can't agree with her summation. Fine, beautiful morning? Screw that. All I want to do right now is crawl upstairs and curl up in my bed. Though I guess it's a little late for that. Besides, I did say Megumi could walk with me to school this morning, and I don't want to go back on my word. I'm just a little tired. I'll survive.
You're right. You do look sleepy. The bags under your eyes are huge.
Thank you for pointing that out, Megumi.
No problem.
Is she making fun of me, or did Megumi really miss the sarcasm there?
Anyway, let's go. It'd be bad if the class rep herself was late to school.
Without waiting for my input, Megumi grabbed my hand and dragged me along behind her. I tried to resist, but in the face of Megumi's unusually high spirits, I knew there was no point. Jeez, what's gotten into Megumi? She's always energetic, but today she seems to be in a better mood than usual. Oh, she's leading me somewhere. As I stared at our joined hands, another thought came to mind. Come to think of it, although I liken Megumi to a puppy and call her Hachiko, right now she's the one leading me around. Maybe this is punishment for my wicked thoughts. I sighed internally, aware of my futility of resistance. Oh well, what's the harm? Even seeing us like this, seeing us like this gives people the wrong idea. I don't think anybody would really care. Besides, the streets are relatively deserted, so it's not like... What the shit? Is this a dream, or is this someone we don't know? Oh god. Oh, Hideaki-kun. Oh wait, no, might this be... Chinatsu? Oh, Hideaki-kun. Oh, Hideaki-kun, are you going to school with your girlfriend? Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. A woman from my neighborhood greeted us as she stood proudly in our garden. She smiled happily to the two of us, showing no ill intent whatsoever. In return, Megumi waved enthusiastically, wearing a smile so bright it put the women's sunflowers to shame. Okay, whenever I see the triple dot, I always think it's like the ghost.
That's right. I'm Megumi and I'm Hidaki's girlfriend.
Really? How nice. Okay, this has gone far enough. Thud.
Ow!
Mimi whimpered, using her free hand to nurse the top of her head.
What was that for? Why did you hit me?
Because you're giving people the wrong idea. If you say something like that, the neighbors will start gossiping. Oh, so you're not going out after all? No, we're not. Megumi was just teasing you.
Meh.
Mimi frowned as she puffed her cheeks out.
But Heidi, I am a girl and I am your friend.
Well, that's true enough.
So that means I'm your girlfriend, right?
No, you're a friend who's a female! What kind of elementary school reasoning is this? We're not 6 years old anymore. A line that might work when delivered by a childhood friend, but I've only known Megumi for a couple of months. It means that you're a female friend, yeah? See? Not my girlfriend. There's a big difference.
If you say so.
Megumi continued to pout.
Oh well, we can't keep standing around here, or we really will be late. Bye-bye, miss.
Goodbye, it was nice meeting you, Megumi-chan.
Yes, you too. And don't worry, we'll be enemies before you know it.
Nope, not touching that one. Megumi walked along ahead of me, no longer holding my hand. Even so, she continued smiling, humming a tune under her breath. Even though I find Megumi's boundless enthusiasm a bit exhausting, I have to admit it's also rather impressive. She spoke to a complete stranger so easily, and even seemed to get along with her, despite exchanging only a handful of words. Although... Megumi, do you spend a lot of time with your grandparents?
Oh yeah, I do. I love them a lot.
And do they give you a big allowance every New Year's?
Of course. They say I'm their darling little Gumi-chan.
I knew it. Megumi's just popular with old people. They must all be deceived by her bright smiles and innocent charm. Megumi soon resumed her humming, having already moved past the scene from moments ago. Seriously, Megumi, you must be the polar opposite of Chinatsu. Chinatsu is quiet and reserved, polite to the point of awkwardness, content to read in silence for hours on end. Megumi, on the other hand, is fun and outgoing, easy to approach, friendly, and boisterous beyond compare. Really, I just can't understand how I can get along so well with two complete opposites like this. Although right now, I guess it would be a stretch to say Chinatsu and I get along. Well, at least I'm with Megumi and I don't have to worry about that stuff. nothing else, a comedy would distract me from more depressing thoughts. In exchange for creepy encounters like this, like from this morning, that is.
Hideaki-kun.
Gumi suddenly stopped humming and turned to face me. Her voice was more serious than before, and she seemed unusually reserved as she spoke. What is it?
I was just thinking, you've been acting a little strange lately.
Strange? What do you mean?
Like, distant, I suppose. You never wanted to go out during the summer holiday, and didn't want to eat with me at school yesterday either.
I told you that was because I got sunstroke. Gumi looked up and down, placing her hand under her chin as she was some kind of detective. All she's missing now is the pipe and a deerstalker heart.
You look alright now, though.
Although Megumi acts dense most of the time, sometimes I do wonder how much of that is an act. Her common sense only seems to kick in when it's to her benefit. Incidentally, it fades when I need it most. I feel better today. I made sure to have a cold shower last night.
Well, I'm glad you feel better, but... You know, I saw you in town a few weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah, I was going to say hi, but I just bought some ice cream from the convenience store and I didn't want it to melt. Besides, you look kind of serious, so maybe I thought you wanted to be alone. You were standing by that bridge, looking out over the water.
So Megumi saw me when I was waiting for Chinatsu. This must have been during the last couple of miserable weeks of the summer holiday, when I waited by the bridge for hours on end. I don't really want to think about that now, it's depressing.
There was something funny about you, though, Hideaki-kun. I was kind of worried.
Funny?
Yeah, I mean, you were standing there all alone, and yet...
Come on! We were so close at getting more information about Chinatsu! Oh my god, this is why Rio is the worst. Oh my god, we were about to learn! We were gonna uncover something! Oh god. Hey guys, welcome to school like a pair of lovebirds, I see. Heard a dull thud and felt a weight pressed against my back. I blinked, momentarily winded, and turned around searching for my assailant. Ugh, it's Rio. Attached to my back was Rio, acting as inappropriately clingy as ever. Yo! Go yo yourself. You have broken my spine. You could have broken my spine. Yeah, well I could have, but I didn't, so it's fine.
Hey, what's the big idea? I was trying to have a serious conversation.
You serious? That's a good one, Megumi. Don't be like
that. I know I don't look very smart, but I can be serious. But even I can be serious sometimes. I might have pink hair, but that doesn't mean I'm an idiot.
Yeah, alright, calm down. I'm sorry if I interrupted anything, Megumi. I just wanted to talk to Heidi about the new Schoolgirls vs. Zombies game.
Well, I suppose that's fine.
Megumi sighed, unable to defend against Rio's enthusiasm. Although she didn't say anything else, I got the sense that she was disappointed. Just what was she going to ask me, I wonder? Guess I'll never find out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Time slowly passed by, and I still saw no sign of Chinatsu. I stopped by the literature club, only to find it locked, and visited by the bridge daily, yet never managed to see her. After 1 week passed by, a rather gloomy thought began to sprout inside my brain. Has Chinatsu stopped going to school altogether just to avoid me? If so, she must really hate me. It would make sense, depressing as it may be, and yet I can't quite bring myself to believe it. If Chinatsu hated me, then why did she allow me to grow so close to her? Why did she talk to me so often, and why did she look so upset the last time I saw her? Something isn't right here. It's not adding up. Fortunately, since Chinatsu hadn't told me anything about her circumstances, I don't have all of the information I needed. I could only trudge through my daily life, running through the motions, forever troubling myself with increasingly melodramatic what-if scenarios. I can't keep going on like this. I can't keep waiting for Chinatsu, hoping to catch a glimpse of her at school, or in a club room, or by the bridge in town. What if there's something seriously wrong with her? Maybe one of her parents just died, or she's contracted a deadly illness. If so, then I want to know. I said I was Chinatsu's friend, and as a friend, it's my duty to stand by her during these difficult times. Knowing Chinatsu, she might not have anybody else to turn to. She might be alienating me out of fear that her concerns will only trouble me. But that's wrong. Friends need to rely on each other. That's what friends are for. After my class for the day ended, I found myself talking to my homeroom teacher. Excuse me, Sensei? A homeroom teacher sighed as he heard my voice. I'm not the greatest student, but surely I didn't deserve that response.
Yes, Nighter-san, what is it?
Well, I was just wondering, do you know a student called Misaki, Chinatsu Misaki?
Chinatsu Misaki?
Sensei repeated the question in his typical low, drawn-out manner.
No, I don't know a student by that name.
Are you absolutely sure? Sensei nodded, and this time it was my turn to sigh. What was I expecting? Sensei doesn't know the names of all the students in his own class, let alone the students in other classes. Alright, Sensei, thank you for your time.
No problem. Have a good evening, Nighter-san.
And if you're looking for somebody, you should go to the staff room and ask there. The other tutors might know more. Got it. Thanks, Sensei. On that note, I walked out of the classroom, trying not to let my obvious disappointment show. It was foolish of me to think I could find Chinatsu so quickly. It would be easier if I knew what class Chinatsu was in, so I asked her homeroom teacher directly. So I could ask her homeroom teacher directly, but I don't. That is yet again an important detail I don't know about Chinatsu. Still, Sensei's advice was sound. I guess a trip to the staff room couldn't hurt. As optimistic as I was half an hour ago, my search proved to be in vain. Of the 5 teachers who were present in the staff room, none of them knew Chinatsu Misaki. They'd never even heard of her. There were other Misakis, and there were girls with similar names, but no trace of Chinatsu. This was really perplexing. I'd understand 1 or 2 teachers not knowing the name of a student, but 5? Heck, if we included my homeroom teacher, that would make 6, and not one of them has ever heard of her. Something isn't adding up here. As quiet as she is, I can't believe that Chinatsu would really go so unnoticed. As I began to think about giving up for the day, I heard footsteps approach from behind.
Aki-kun, you're still here?
Megumi! I turned to face Megumi, surprised to find her still on campus. What are you still doing here?
Did you forget I'm the class rep? Besides, I had to stay behind for a student council meeting.
Oh, was it interesting?
I bet it's interesting as watching paint dry. Really, all of these meetings are so silly. We have them every single week, but nothing ever gets done.
It's so the school looks progressive and forward-thinking, allowing us students to make changes and important decisions.
Maybe on paper, but it never works out like that in reality.
You sound unusually bitter.
I'm just tired. I have a lot of work to do.
It certainly is true that Megumi seems more mellow than usual. If she really were a puppy, I imagine her ears would be... God damn it, the ears appeared. Would be drooping.
Anyway, that's beside the point. Now you know what I'm doing here. What are you doing here, Heidi? You weren't trying to sneak into the girls' changing rooms, were you?
No, of course not. Why would I do that? Especially this late in the day when all the girls in the sports club have gone home already.
I don't know. I'm a girl, so I can't understand you boys. Bleh. Maybe for the thrill of it.
I'm kind of hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Megumi.
But you're only talking about that weird game you played with Rio. What was it called? Schoolgirls vs. Monsters?
It's schoolgirls versus zombies, and Rhea's the one who's obsessed with them, not me. Well, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not a bit interested in it, for the story, of course. Yes, and we all watch porn for the acting. Keep telling yourself that, Hideaki. You'll eventually believe it. Really, though, how did a girl like Megumi wind up on the student council anyway? Giving someone like her that much power, is it just because she's popular? That's how class representatives usually get chosen. Actually, that little piece of information might be just what I need. Say, Megumi, you're pretty popular, right?
I'd like to think so. I did get voted in as class rep after all.
So she realized that it's just a popularity contest, huh? Of course she might have gotten the job simply because no one else wanted to do it. So you're familiar with the school, right? You know a lot of students here?
Sure, probably more than our homeroom teacher.
I should hope so.
Why are you asking, Aki-kun? Are you looking for somebody?
Yeah, you could say that.
It's not a girl, is it? Surely you wouldn't ask your girlfriend to help you choose skirts.
There's no correct way to respond to that, is there? No, it's not like that. I mean, she is a girl, but I'm not trying to chase skirts. I'm just worried because she hasn't been attending lately, that's all.
Oh, I see. Well, I suppose I can help her out then. What's her name?
Chinatsu Misaki, do you know her?
Chinatsu Misaki. The name does ring a bell, but I don't think a student with that name goes to our school.
But she has to. I saw her wearing our school's uniform.
Maybe she was a cosplayer. You could buy a uniform online pretty cheap.
That's dangerous. Thank you, NVIDIA. I'll download your driver later as long as it doesn't blue screen my computer. I don't know about that. That seems a little odd. Can't imagine the graceful, elegant Chinatsu doing something that bizarre. It doesn't add up. Besides, if that were the case, why would I have seen her at school? How could she have joined the literary club?
Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I did know Chinatsu Misaki.
You did? Are you sure?
Yeah, I think we went to the same elementary school. She was a quiet girl with black hair. She didn't say much, so I never really spoke to her.
A quiet girl with black hair. That sure sounds like Chinatsu. I could feel my cheeks lift into a smile as I spoke. It seems like Chinatsu was much the same, even when she was a kid.
I don't know if she goes to the school, though. In fact, the family moved away, if I recall correctly.
They moved?
Yeah, I think there was some sort of accident or something. It was a long time ago, and I wasn't really close to Chinatsu, so I don't remember much about it.
Well, it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. Do you know anything else, like where she used to live?
Like I said, I wasn't close to her, so I don't know.
Give me a frown. I could see that she was straining herself to remember.
I think she lived by that bridge in town. If you go there and ask around, you might find something. Sorry if that wasn't very helpful, Aki-kun.
No, it's fine. You were a lot more helpful than you think, Begumi. In fact, I'm so relieved that I feel like yelling for joy. Finally, I have a lead. I have a proof that Chinatsu Misaki really does exist. Honestly, how did I not think to ask her about her? She's always hanging around by that bridge. Someone must know who she is. Right, I'm going to go now. I'll see you later, Megumi.
Yes, see you, Hideaki.
I turned around and began to run, desperate to begin following my new lead. Finally, after weeks of agonizing, I have a clue about the elusive Chinatsu Misaki. I don't know how she's managed to keep such a low profile, but my words, I will find you, Chinatsu. But mark my words, I will find you, Chinatsu. Oh, that's going back to the start of the game when she says, "You found me." She's gonna say it again. I bet you. 7 houses into my search, nothing had changed. Nobody had heard of the Misaki family, let alone Chinatsu, and nobody recorded seeing a girl matching her description. The looks I received were odd, and I felt like a salesman, walking from door to door, but it couldn't be helped. I hate door knockers as much as anybody, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I'll find Chinatsu, even if I have to ask everyone in town. I walked up to the next house and prepared myself for disappointment, simultaneously hoping for the best. The front door opened before my eyes, revealing an old woman within. Yes, can I help you? Well, at least elderly people are generally nicer, but about refusing to help. I was wondering, do you know if a Misaki family lives around here? The woman frowned in response to my question. Misaki? Yes, a friend of mine has been absent from school a while, so I've been worried about her, but I don't know where she lives. I've often seen her on the bridge near here, so I was thinking that... My voice trailed off before I had even finished speaking. I'd given the same spiel to several strangers already, and the only change was how I was refused. At best, I received a sympathetic look, and I'm sorry, I hope your friend gets well soon. At worst, it was a look of irritation, and it clipped, "We don't know anything, please leave." So, what will the response be this time, I wonder? Oh, I do know the Misaki family. The name does ring a bell. It does? That's right, Misaki. The woman repeated the name to herself, as though trying to stir a memory of years gone by. Yes, I believe a Misaki family used to live in this house. My husband and I bought it from them nearly a decade ago. Oh shit. I think I was right. As soon as the words left her mouth, I could feel the little sliver of hope I had been nursing inside me just shatter. Oh my, are you alright? You look awfully pale. No, I'm fine. Even if she is the bearer of bad news, I don't want to worry this nice old woman. Are you sure the family was Misaki? Definitely. My memory might not be what it used to be, but I wouldn't forget something like that. And they lived here 10 years ago. Yes, my husband and I moved here to Okutama because it's so peaceful. We were getting tired of our life up in the city and wanted to spend the rest of our days somewhere quieter. I remember how delighted my husband and I were when we found this house, as it was so cheap. It was almost as if the previous residents just wanted to be rid of it, though I can't imagine why. I slowed my breathing as I tried to calm down and think. Even if the previous owners of this house were called Misaki, they aren't necessarily the family I'm after. Misaki isn't an uncommon name after all. Shinatsu isn't even the only Misaki at my school. This must be a coincidence. A big, inconvenient, scary coincidence. Even so, I better ask just to make sure. So, this Misaki family, did they have a daughter named called Did they have a daughter called Shinatsu? A daughter, The old woman placed one hand under her chin as she muttered to herself. I never met their daughter, but they did mention having one. They did? Yes, now let me think. I believe it was something like, our daughter Shinatsu used to love it here too. After speaking with that old woman, I spent the rest of my time in a nauseating daze. I tried to process all of the information at my disposal, work through the inconsistencies, but nothing added up. I don't understand. How could it be the same Misaki family even though I met and spoke with Shinatsu multiple times? My imagination isn't nearly good enough to concoct such a vivid, realistic human being. And what are the odds that I'd imagine someone who really does exist? Even so, if that old woman said is true, then I can't have met Shinatsu Misaki. It's not possible. According to that woman, Shinatsu and her family moved away from Okutama 10 years ago. I just don't get it. I don't understand this at all. Feeling sick to my stomach, I stopped dragging my heels and started walking home. My head hurt. I could feel bile rising up in my throat. But above all, what pained me was how much sense everything else began to make. That must have been why none of my teachers knew Shinatsu, why I never knew her in the hallways at school. It also explains why Megumi hasn't seen her since elementary school. It's because Shinatsu Misaki shouldn't be in Okutama anymore. She shouldn't exist. And yet, despite that, I saw her, didn't I? I spoke to her. I sat in the literary club's club room with her. We stood on the bridge together. We walked to school together. At that moment, I realized a disgusting truth. I was the only one. Shinatsu even told me that herself. She said she didn't have any other friends. I never saw anybody else interact with her, and she never mentioned other people. Now I know why. After all, how could a girl who isn't supposed to exist have friends? I knew it. I called it. I knew it. Now it's just a question of, she must have died. But how did she? I want to guess she drowned in this river. Though my destination was supposed to be my house, I soon found myself at Shinatsu's bridge. I held onto the cold steel bars, ignoring the bite of the night air. Looked out over the rushing dark blue water and screamed. What the hell is going on? I can't scream I wanted to scream, but oh God, this poor guy. Ignorant of the fact that I was in public and that anybody and everyone could hear me, I shouted out. Nobody answered me, of course. Nobody even showed their face. But for me, a person searching for answers, that wasn't good enough. What am I meant to do now? I shouted out again, still ignorant of the people around me. I must look pretty unbalanced to the other people right now. Teenage boy in a school uniform shouting nonsense into the darkness. But I don't really care what they think. Right now, the only thing on my mind is Shinatsu.